Hey, America and all ships at sea. It's me, it's Diz with Improv Chattanooga, and here we are once again for our weekly show, Pants on Fire. And yeah, okay, I've got everybody. It's all talking. Yep, okay, you know what? I'm just going to close all these fucking tabs. There we go, our first F bomb of the night. Excellent. Okay,
Stop it.
so it wasn't Mac. That's a good thing. So what this game is we've got two teams of improvisers. You see Laura, Paige, and Hannah there at the top, and Mac, David Sarton, and also David there on the bottom. And what's going to happen is these guys are going to tell you some facts about themselves, and then it's up to the other team to ask them questions and determine whether or not they're lying. If the other team guesses correctly, they get a point. If they don't guess correctly, then the talking team gets a point. David, your team lost badly last week, so you're going to get to call the coin toss. Heads or tails?
Let's go heads.
It is tails.
Start.
Laura, do you want to?
Not how we made to go on.
Do you want to receive or do you want to go first?
We'll go first, like we have every week this month.
Oh wow, that's a sick burn and an own right there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, you know what? All this I didn't queue up a thing, so let's see here. Okay, Laura, here comes your first fact.
Okay.
Here you go.
When I die, my dearest wish is to be buried at sea.
David's team.
Why at sea?
Because I've moved around a lot while I've been growing up, so I don't really feel that I belong to a particular country or place. So it's just like, throw me in some water and I'll end up where I end up. Probably in a fish, but yeah.
Where have you moved around a lot to?
So I've lived in France, been in Spain, America, Germany, UK.
In India for a while, right?
Yes, I've been in India. I worked in India for a period of time. I've worked in Ireland. I've been loads of different countries. So yeah. So when I was a kid, I've lived in different places. Went to different secondary schools or high schools, junior schools, and then as an adult, I've lived and worked around the world. So yeah.
All these schools you went to, were any of them in the ocean?
None of them were in the ocean. Do you know, actually, the interesting thing, I don't mind the sea. I hate being on a boat because there's no get out, because you need kind of to be able to escape from places. So I wouldn't go on a cruise ship, but I like the sea. I like the fact that you don't really know what's underneath, the mysteries. Although I have had bad experiences in the sea with people's turds floating towards me. But if I'm dead, I'm not really going to care about that, am I? So.
Wait. No, wait, I'm sorry, Mac. You had a question, but then I'll...
Okay, so it's your dearest wish to be buried at sea.
Yeah, it's written in my will to say, I'll haunt you if you don't put me in the sea when I die. I want to be cremated and put in the sea. I don't want just my body thrown in the sea. I'd like to be cremated
you can actually make a vertical incision that'll make sure you sink, just so you know.
Yeah, nice. Good.
Yeah.
I want to know more about that.
Yeah, I'll remember that for next time when I've got to put a body in the ocean.
And as much as I hate to ask, I have to know. You mentioned something about dealing with turds in the sea.
Yeah.
I don't want to know, but I need to know.
I don't know how. I would have been 8 or 9, and we were in Menton, which is at the south of France, between Nice and Monaco. And we were swimming in the sea, and there were jellyfish, and my cousin was like, "Beware of the jellyfish." And then I turn around, and there was 2 big shits floating towards me, and I thought my cousin was joking about the jellyfish, and he meant that he was joking, but no, it just turned out that some people had just gone to the bathroom in the sea, and then it had floated towards us. So I got out of the sea pretty quickly.
As someone with a boat with a toilet, I understand the struggle.
Aren't you worried about if your ashes are put in the ocean that's just pollution?
No, I don't really care about that.
I hate the ocean.
I mean, I know, hating the ocean, putting my ashes in there. You could argue there's worse things in there. But then you could argue, like, wherever you put your ashes, it's pollution or littering or, like, really, does it make much difference? We're just a bit of dust.
If you were cremated, what would you want to be? Or no, not cremated. What am I talking about? What's it called when you come back to life?
Reincarnated?
Reincarnated.
After you're cremated.
Never really thought about it, but maybe a cat. Maybe a cat.
A fireplace.
A fireplace, yeah, just continually burning. Yeah. I never thought about reincarnation, but I guess a cat.
You could be Zuko. He has a pretty good life.
Yeah, most of my cats do as well. They just lie around, eat, sleep, poop, repeat.
All right, Mr. Sarton, what are you thinking? What are we thinking?
I don't know. Like, considering what I know of Laura and her globe-trotting ways, it sounds plausible, except I don't know.
What about your team? What do they think?
Oh yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, thank you, David. I have opinions too. I have strong opinions about this one because I just am in that kind of mood today. So I'm gonna say this is true. I believe you, Laura. This checks out with all your fun tales. I believe you.
This checks out.
Wow. I think, like your cat that you want to come back as, you were lying around.
Oh.
Always.
Mostly said that because I thought that would be funny to say, but sticking with it.
All right, Mr. Captain, it's a 50-50 split. What do you think?
Damn it. I'm sorry, Mac, but it's David's solidarity here. I'm gonna have to say.
No, we are a team. We gotta
You
start.
don't even agree with me.
Remember what happened last time you disagreed with Mac?
Oh, that's
I don't even agree with me though.
Whoa.
We got male captains over here. Come on. Anyway,
I'll go with you the next time there's a split.
Make a choice.
Put Mac in charge.
All right, so what are you saying, David?
I'm gonna go with false.
That's a lie. Laura, true or false? Do you want to be buried at sea?
It is a lie.
A lie.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, that was a double bluff.
All right. Mr. Sarton, you are up next. Here comes your fact.
All right. Okay. So, I've been given many nicknames in the past. Nicknames I've been given over the years include Edward, D-Money, Froyo, Mankind, and Yao Yao.
Can you please explain
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Explain
so,
them all.
all of them?
Certainly. I'm going to try going in chronological order.
Ooh.
Yao Yao was the first name that I ever assigned myself on AOL Instant Messenger.
Yao Yao.
It's
How did you
just-
come up with that name?
I was 14 and it sounded vaguely alliterative. And it was fine.
Okay.
Mankind, I was given that name when I was in high school because I had long hair and kind of a bulky build. So I was nicknamed after Mick Foley's alter ego, Mankind. Edouard was the name that I was given in my French 1 class. D-Money was a name that a coworker gave me, an African-American coworker who was trying to teach me to be, in his words, to be black. And, well, I'm still white. And Froyo, my friend Panda gave me that nickname because for a while I was into health food, so short for frozen yogurt.
I'm really enjoying the changing of your name, David. I appreciate it.
I'm a very mercurial person, yes.
Does anybody have
what-
any questions?
What's your current nickname? What are you currently down as?
I don't really have one because I don't have a social life.
It's just Sarton.
It's just Sarton, pretty much.
Mhm.
Because almost every other social group I'm in has a David. So
Even this one right now has 2.
even literally right now, there are 2.
Do you enjoy giving other people nicknames?
I do. Mainly punny nicknames. My proudest moment, I had a former roommate named Jonathan. And while playing drinking games, I gave him the nickname Jonitals. And it stuck. He's not friends with me on Facebook anymore, coincidentally.
Mm-hmm. Hannah, you got any questions?
No. Only because I got a lot of nicknames myself, so I'm like kind of believing it.
Not Jonatals.
Not Jonatals. I feel that that's just too far, and it's far too early in the UK to even be thinking about what that could possibly mean. I know what it means. I'm just not going to go into it. Genitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of believe it.
I believe him because I don't think that, like, what I know of David as far as his, like, political awareness and intentionality, I don't think he would have made up that about the D-Money one.
So just before we vote, David, can you just tell me in chronological order which order they go in again?
Of course. Yao Yao was first. That was my AOL Instant Messenger nickname. Then it was Mankind, named after Mick Foley's alter ego, Mankind. Edouard, that was my French class. D-Money, that was the name I was given by a coworker while he was attempting to teach me to be more black. And Froyo was my nickname given to me by my friend Panda.
I'd also like to say, just at this point in time, it also makes there's more effort going into this if it is a lie, because the other David is changing every single name to your nicknames as you're going along.
It's like, how many more names can we add?
That's beautiful.
Cool. Are we voting true then, team?
Attention seeking.
Keep that one, David. Yes, I think it's true.
I think it's true.
Okay, we'll say true, Diz. We'll
All
say
right.
true.
Mr. Sarton, is it true? Have those been your nicknames over the years?
Every single one of those is a nickname I have been given over the years. Yes, it is true. Shout out to Antonio if you happen to be watching. I hope you're doing well, man. I enjoyed working with you at Forest General.
He hopes your genitals are doing well.
Paige, here comes your first fact.
General's doing well.
Okay, I use bacon grease as a hand and foot moisturizer.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it could work.
Like coconut oil or olive oil.
Yeah, but bacon grease. I make my bacon in the morning, and then I have a little glass jar that I put my bacon grease into, and
Yeah, true.
You saying that this sounds like some sort of Tennessee thing?
actually, it's not a Tennessee thing. My grandma did it growing up, and so my mom does it. My sister does it too.
Let me see the hands.
My hands? No, it's for my feet.
Let me see the feet.
No. You want to see my feet?
Okay.
They're nice and moisturized.
They look a bit like they could use a little
Put those
more.
back up there. I got to make some posts to WikiFeet.
Hey, you can't make money off my feet.
Au
Do you
contraire.
think
Not
it would be?
consistent.
Do you think it'd be easier for you to get your feet up to the monitor if you switched out your bacon with oatmeal once a week?
Maybe.
What is that?
Sorry, it's not a roast. I'm sorry, that was mean.
It just got really awkward in here.
So,
I was kidding. I'm sorry.
Do you ever pretend you're an ice skater in your own home after you grease your feet and run across the floors?
I don't, only because I don't want to like ruin my floors, and I have carpet upstairs, which is where my bathrooms are. So,
Mr. Postansky, you had a question.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you had a cat, right?
Yeah.
There was no scratches on there. That cat would be all into that shit.
on my feet, I've
Yeah,
got
it's
scratches
like
on
bacon.
my arms.
Well, no, but what do you put on your arms? Tuna?
Just regular lotion.
Well, I think she's telling porkies, guys.
Porkies?
Yeah.
That means it's not true, Diz.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not up on the
This
okay
one.
slang.
So, Postansky doesn't believe. Mac, how about you?
Paige, I'm sure you smell delicious, but I do not think you use bacon grease on your feet.
Really?
But if this turns out to be true, I'm going to do it with you in solidarity.
I mean, it really is nice. My feet are super soft, so.
I'm gonna go with my teammates only because I think I've tried to put hot bacon grease in a jar before, and it didn't work out very well because it was still hot.
You have to.
I let it cool.
You have to let it cool, man.
Pouring it straight on her feet.
I mean, I hope this is true. I kind of want this to be an actual thing, because also it's like 3 generations of your family that does it. So
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because my great grandparents lived on a farm in South Dakota growing up, so maybe it was like just convenience sake. I don't know how it started, but
yeah, I'm gonna go with my team and say this is not true.
Okay. Paige, is it true? Do you use bacon grease as a moisturizer?
no, I do not.
It's a lie.
I'm still going to try it.
Why not?
You know, I kind of want to
Why
as well.
not?
I do eat bacon almost every chance I get, so
All right, Mac.
I can't get my feet up.
Here comes your first fact, Mac.
Where are you sitting this to me?
Huh? In Zoom.
in the chat.
Oh, okay.
by a
Okay,
pigeon.
okay. I see.
Also, I did say hand and foot moisturizer, and then I said just my feet, so I blew it.
I noticed that, but I wasn't going to say anything from my team.
Okay.
Okay, Mac.
My dream job is being a florist. That is my truth.
Being a forest.
Florist.
Oh, I don't know
Not
how
someone who does
I have
flowers.
an ambition to be a tree. Yeah.
What's your flower of choice?
Flower of choice. I love some zinnias. I love some hydrangeas. I love artichoke is really fun to play with when you got a good pretty one to put stuff around it. I really like greenery the most. Like ferns, long fronds. I can go on and on about plants, but
As cat owners, myself and Paige, are there any flowers that you would tell us not to get in our homes?
honestly, if your cat is dumb enough to start eating flowers and plants, they're just, you know,
My cat does that all the time.
yeah. I mean, they'll get used to it. It's or they'll
I have a florist kind of just down the road from where I live, and she gives me like specific things that I can give to my rabbit, but I'm just not sure that she's given me like the right kind of flowers. So, like, what would you recommend for a rabbit? She's about 1 year old.
Rabbits love dandelions. You can, you know, they're good. They're not very nutritional, but they're really good for, you know, helping with digestion, and also just have a lot of, you know, they're like medicinal kind of properties almost to them.
What would you say are nutritional flowers?
Nutritional flowers. Artichoke. If you want to consider that as the flower. Let's see.
Artichokes
Really?
and flowers? I did not know this.
Not a lot of flowers are nutritional. They're really just made to like be pretty. It's really the fruit that you know, all the sugar gets diverted to. So
What excites you about being a florist?
I love just like taking off the leaves off of shit. I really like the prep work. It's really fun. Like chopper, the boxes come in, it's exciting. You rip it open, like all the packaging, you undo all that, and then you get to like make something super cool. And like, sometimes it's like gonna just sit on a cemetery lot for a while. That's cool because I did mostly funeral work, but also sometimes it's a wedding or a baby shower, and it's just like you get to see people on some of the best and worst days of their lives, which is also another reason why I became a nurse.
So I had a question which you kind of started to answer is, have you ever been a florist then? Have you worked at a florist?
I've been a floral assistant. I worked for a professional in my old hometown, and he retired, but I worked for him for a couple of years when I was like 15 to 17. Like, I should not have been working for this man, but I did, and it was very fun. So yeah.
You have a lot of plants and things in your house?
Ooh, I'm not good with plants. Really, I'm good with stuff like once it's already in the process of dying.
Once you've already ripped it apart, it's good, but fresh,
yeah.
Not so good.
Not good at it. I'm trying to get into gardening as a way to pass my time, and that's been a lot of fun. But still, I want the flowers.
All right. So we've got a comment here from Curious Blossom on Twitch. They are not buying it.
They're not buying it.
Not
okay,
buying
Curious Blossom, what kind of flower are you?
So Laura, what are you guys thinking?
Well, I'm very much like all the people that I know that want to be florists would be able to list at least one of the flowers that are poisonous to cats, although there are 20. And also, there are some flowers that have nutritional properties.
I'm not a veterinarian.
No, I know. But if you want to be a florist as well, I'm also of the point of florists or people that enjoy flowers would have them in the home. But I also am with you with killing stuff.
No,
well,
Mac, we don't want to see Mac. No, Mac, it's a 1 hour show. We don't want to see your flowers.
Okay.
Although I think Paige did ask if you had any in the house and you said no. So yeah, those are my.
Y'all can raise your points if you want to. That's fine.
Paige, what's your thoughts?
I think no. I'm gonna go with Laura.
Hannah?
Oh, I'm kind of like, yeah, and then I'm kind of like, no. I'm just gonna get nails in my arse and sit on the fence.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, we'll go. It's false then. Why not? We've got nothing to lose.
All right, Mac. Your dream job, is it being a florist? Yes or no?
Yes, it is actually. It hurts me that my friends don't believe in me.
I was halfway there.
I don't.
You're on the fence.
I don't think.
I was on the fence.
I guess I gotta go look up poisonous plants because that has to do with being a florist.
Well, so Jonah Burrell, I guess, over on Twitch says she can't show her flowers, but Paige got to show her feet. So again, head to WikiFeet at the end of this show.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. So okay, so that's
a minute to watch.
That's another one for David's team. Okay, so let's see, Hannah, you're up next, and here comes your fact right now.
I'm gonna get nails in the arse.
I am ridiculously afraid of frogs. Like, terrified of them.
David,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Ribbit?
Oh, stop.
Any idea where this fear of frogs might have come from?
I fell into a pond when I was a child, and there was a frog, like, on me when I got out of the pond, and no. You know, you hear that, like, story of, like, the princess and the frog, and it's like, kiss the frog and you'll get a prince. Who who created that story? Have you seen a frog? Like, they are assassins of the pond world.
Yeah, I don't know. I instantly think that this is a lie because obviously, Hannah, I've known you a few months now, and you have a particular tell every time you lie.
But does she know she's got that towel?
Particular what?
A tell, so like
Tell.
a poker tell. Yeah, I can tell when you're
Poker
lying.
tell.
Yeah.
So my main phobias are jellyfish, daddy long legs, frogs, dragon lizards, and daddy long legs.
Twice.
Yeah, this is definitely a lie.
Now, Curious Blossom asks Hannah, what color frog are you afraid of?
All of them.
All of them.
I'm not racist. It can be any color frog. I just don't like frogs at
How do
all.
you feel about toads?
No.
Land.
Any amphibian. I don't. No.
What about Kermit?
He can do one.
Okay, what does that mean?
He can run
Jog
off
on.
a short pier. I don't want him. I don't want him.
Okay.
He freaked me out. Like, I think after I fell into the pond, which was in my gran and grandpa's house, they had a very long stretch of garden that went all the way to the bottom, and then a very old pond that needed loads of maintenance, and they never got round to looking after it. And as a kid, I was running after one of the dogs that ran down there, and I just tripped and went headfirst into this pond, came up, and there was a frog on me. And as a kid, you just automatically scream at anything that's like slimy, and I touched it, and that was it. Like,
Was the fall into the water similar to that of the falling into the canal that we discussed last?
no, it
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah, Venice.
That was more graceful and erect. This was a belly flop.
Wait, aren't the three of y'all on the same team?
I'm sorry, I just had to ask.
Okay.
So,
We're asking the questions here. Stop trying to throw us.
I slipped on some wet leaves that were right by the
yeah.
pond. Gets full
Yeah,
on.
she's done
moss.
it again. This is definitely a lie, guys.
Sarton, what do you think? What do you got? What's your question?
frog legs. Have you ever eaten them before?
No.
Sort of a vengeance thing.
Oh my god, yeah. No.
All right. David's team. Oh, Curious Blossom wants to know, was the frog slimy?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Sarton, what's your team thinking?
Guys?
You know, I'm sorry about what I said this last round. I do trust your intuition. I'm going to go with lie. This is a lie.
Mm.
I'm going to go with my team. Something,
I think she's telling the truth.
what?
I was testing Hannah throughout this whole thing, see if it would like crack her nerve, and she looked like her tell is generally that she looks perplexed, and see that she did it again. And when she doesn't understand things, then it must be true.
Damn it. I'm sorry, David, but I have to go with solidarity with my fellow Americans. So.
Yeah, this was another test.
All right, so what are you saying, David? What are you saying?
Okay, I think it's a lie.
Yeah, I think it's a lie as well.
Okay, so you guys are saying lie. Hannah, true or false? Do you have are you afraid of frogs?
I am actually afraid of frogs.
Told you guys, told you.
As soon as it came up, I was looking at it going, well, that's not something I've told Diz, but it is true.
Oh, so it's true. Okay.
It is true. I worked with the story about me falling into a pond was like, no, that wasn't true. But I did work at a farm where I had to hold frogs and do like education about them, and one jumped off in the wrong direction and hit me in the face, and since then, no.
Wait, hold the phone. Did you say this isn't something you'd told Diz?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
I made this up as a lie, but there's always the possibility that it's going to actually be true.
Wouldn't it be a plot twist if my bacon grease thing was true?
Yeah, there's been a few that you've done, Diz, isn't there, that you did as a lie, and then we've gone, yeah, that's true, and you've been like, oh, okay, good, because you know us so well.
Well, I guess I do a little too well in this particular case.
Well,
But
see,
I'm gonna
my method was to read Diz's reaction because he was the one that knew. So I feel this was
Oh yeah,
unfair.
don't read Diz.
This
Stop
is
Don't read
actually
me.
order
David, this is
half the
I'm
time
not,
left.
I'm a horrible liar. I've been married 3 times. I can't lie to save my life.
For my next truth or dare, what truth or dare? My next truth or false. Can we get rid of David off the screen?
Which one?
The attention seeking.
Oh, no, it's his turn.
Which one?
No, for me, not for. I'm not bothered by him. I'm just going to
Okay.
test you now, David, because I know you.
Test me.
All right,
test
Mr. Postansky, here
Hang
comes
on,
your
one
first
second.
fact. Are you ready?
Gemini,
Okay,
what?
1 second.
Okay.
Load of shit.
Right. So,
False. It's all false.
okay. I once fell headfirst into an open grave.
How blind are you, David? Like, those glasses are thick.
Now, hang on. Right, I won't have it live. I'll just be blind then.
No. I'm not. It's just those are really thick rimmed. I've
Yeah,
never
they're-
seen you wear
they're
glasses
not mine.
before.
They're
You
not mine.
once fell head first into an open grave.
No. I mean, yes.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Okay.
Whose grave was it?
I didn't ask them. They weren't in there at the time.
It was just a hole in the ground.
Yeah, it'd been dug out, and I like one of the things, like, as some of you may know, I do a vlog series, and I did one recently where it was like, it's called Jet Lagged and Loving It. Click the subscribe. But we went to a town in Gloucestershire called Bybury, and we always take an opportunity to visit like local churches and places like this, and we like to just look at the tombstones and to see like the memories of people that were there. And this was like many years ago, but it's always been just like a fascinating thing. There's something very calming about being around the dead.
I believe that phrase.
Yeah.
No,
So you said he wasn't in there when you fell in, so you weren't
Well,
actually.
he or she, I don't know.
Yeah.
the grave.
How'd you fall in?
Well, gravity took care of most of it, but I was actually facing the other direction, and I was just sort of like taking a step backwards, and I sort of, because it was like it'd been raining, I sort of like half slipped in, and I sort of like tumbled in. So like I sort of went down half to my knee, but then just sort of fell 3/4 in, and like one of my legs was still half out.
David, read what your thing was again, please.
Yeah, I once fell headfirst into an open grave.
Okay.
And was it deep? Like, was it hard to get out?
Yes and no, just because it was like one that was being dug. So like I think they bury people 6 foot down. I'm 5'10", so it was just easy just to hop out.
There's a little bit of a contradiction, seeming your statement
Mhm.
says you fell in head first, but then the story you just gave us is that your feet went in.
No, I said that my foot slipped onto the edge and then I tumbled in.
You did use the
literally-
word tumbled. You're right. You
Yes,
did use
I
the word
did,
tumbled. Nice.
Yeah, no, I was quite proud of that.
So was it like what size? How big was the hole? Not deep, but like how?
Well, I don't think it was like a little person, if that's what you're asking. But I wasn't at the funeral.
What?
Have they finished digging it?
Oh yeah, like it wasn't like there was the soil on like the other side as they do, because obviously they need to fill it back in afterwards.
But you were able just to jump back out. It wasn't that deep.
Well, no, because you've heard the phrase 6 feet under. So I'm 5'10". This is literally just pulling yourself out.
Mhm.
And obviously because of the way it's dug, it's like soil, and you can easily get footing.
Mhm.
Even though you slipped on the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not climbing into the ocean. I can it's solid to get back into.
So it was like a coffin size.
Yeah, like like a adult, I assume.
It's like
But
cremated
it wasn't that
people
big.
might be like a little box hole. So I was curious.
Well, no, it wasn't a burial at sea. There was Laura was still alive at the time.
All right, ladies, what are we thinking?
It's quite it's hard to read David because He just seems so angry. Generally
in life, yeah.
Every time we question him, he's like, don't ask me anything
How
else.
dare you question me?
Whatever. This is, I kind of think it's a lie, but I don't know.
I think it's a lie too.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't confirming us, you know.
Yeah, we do. We do.
I understand the thing. I was just disappointed that Hannah wasn't able to read me better.
I'm sorry, I'm not finished yet, bitch. Hang on. So I've seen your vlogs, so they are real.
Yeah. Did you watch the Byberry one?
No, I got bored.
But like if you watch any of them, like Vienna and like Germany, everything, we're always going into like churches and synagogues.
I'm surprised you didn't film yourself falling into the grave.
Yeah, this predated when I was actually starting filming them. Like I said, it's just a place you go there. I've done like open air theatre often will be like set around churches and like graveyards if it's like spooky Halloween things, and it's a very atmospheric place.
Okay, just because David's a general weirdo, I'm actually going to say this is true.
Well, Laura, what are we thinking?
And if it is true, why the hell didn't he stay there?
Great.
Oh, let's.
Did you just ask Alexa for the answer?
Alexa, is David telling the truth?
I have Siri rather than Alexa, but
hey Google.
Yeah. Don't, because my phone might start.
So we have all three. We have all three AI assistants. I've got Hey Google. We can just...
See, the problem is with David, he's very monotone when he speaks, and usually that's a Liverpudlian thing because he's posh.
I wish it was on purpose.
So that's where I'm a bit like, he's not very.
I'm gonna say lie.
All right, let's see here. We've got Curious Blossom says lie. Jonah Burl says lie. David, is it true or is it a lie?
It is.
Yes. Oh, nice. Like the cards.
Can I say the more freakiest thing is that Mac's door just opened and no one was there.
My cat, he just like busted in.
Now, here's an interesting fact though. I got that lie from Al's list of truths. So Al Ronham.
Of course he did. That makes more sense.
If Al had said it, we would have believed it.
We would have thought it was true.
David,
Al.
yes. Yes.
Fun fact: I didn't know this until I read it just here, but my brother actually did fall headfirst into a grave when he was younger.
Yeah, but that's not you, though, is it?
Wow.
Yeah. Look, it's the same DNA, Hannah. Look, basically, Hannah, you believed me. That's all I'm saying.
All
you
right,
should be happy that someone's on your side, Kostansky.
No one. No.
At the end of the first round,
we're
all right, calm down.
3-3.
Calm down, children.
Unsubscribe.
So, Laura, here comes your second fact.
What was that, Diz? Were you saying we're at 3-3?
You're tied up, 3-3.
Okay. All right.
Lie.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on my phone. I had to open up the chat. I always look away when people vomit in real life or in TV or movies.
Yeah. People don't like to watch people throw up. I get that. Yeah. What's the lie? How is this not a lie? Or I'm confused.
Maybe she loves it. Maybe it's her fetish.
Wiki vomit.
What's the worst vomit you've ever seen in your life?
I mean, I see a lot of cat vomit. The weirdest vomit I've seen is probably stuff that's left on the street that you just walk past one day. I think I've seen a dog vomit and eat his own vomit back up. That was pretty sick. But yeah, human vomit, I haven't really seen. Probably my own, but then I've never been the one that's cleaned it up afterwards. Apologies to everyone that's ever had to clean up after me. So I couldn't say the worst vomit I've ever seen.
Besides vomit, are there any other things that you automatically avert your eyes to?
Literally nothing else. I will look at everything else, especially horror movies where the nails bend backwards off the skin. I love watching that, and pimple popping and everything, or bones coming out. All good, but vomit. As soon as someone even starts retching, I look away, and then I have to say, "Tell me when I can look again."
Guys,
Even
we
if
can
it's-
test.
even if it's
Guys,
fake.
we can test her on this. Are we ready?
Just like,
Okay.
Oh yes, this is
Let
the
me know-
ratings
let-
goal
let-
I'm
let me know
hoping
when I
for
can look.
every show.
Well, hang on.
Well,
I need to look. When I blow my chunks, I need to time it for Laura. So.
Do it for the team.
see, the thing is now, I just won't look until I know that you're all not doing it. So I'll just stay like this until my round's finished, and then when someone else comes on, we're all good.
While we're waiting, so nothing else makes you turn your head. So if I gave you a copy of my mixtape, for example, you wouldn't be
Is it-
grossed out.
Is it a mixed video or a mixed like audio?
I do like 50 minutes of drill-inspired rap.
I send it my way. I'm
lying.
all for that. I'm all for that. Saturn.
I'm lying like you are, Laura.
Okay.
Okay, so
Nice.
let's break this down psychologically. Why would she give this fact to Diz? Like, I think just reading Diz as I usually do, I think this sounds like a Diz fact that he couldn't really come up with a good fact, and he's given this to Laura. Because why would have Laura come up with this as a fact? Laura's more of an interesting person than
Yeah,
this.
she has way more.
Thanks.
I
Definitely came from the writing room.
Hmm.
While I agree that Laura is a very interesting person, this actually does sound like it would be the kind of one weird nitpick that Laura has. It's like she can handle just about anything else, but vomit, no.
How you feel
Laura-
about spit?
Yeah.
All right, David.
Bit.
What's your team? What's your vote?
I've got one final question.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, you know, sometimes when you're eating a sandwich or something, but then you suddenly sneeze and like bits of the sandwich come out your nose. I'm just
That's
clarifying.
never-
You're cool with that?
That's never happened to me, but yeah, that's fine.
I
Yeah.
once had it happen with the Yorkshire pudding. It was awful.
Oh,
No. Oh no.
That
Oh,
should have
bless
been my
you.
facts, this.
you know, yeah.
Yeah, people said bless you after.
Right.
All right, David. What are you guys saying?
Quick poll. So, Pistansky, what you thinking?
I think this is a lie.
All right. Mac, how about you?
I think this is true. I don't think Laura wants to watch people throw up. I don't think anybody likes that. This is about to do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, David, but I'm not really on the fence on this one either. I think it's true.
All right, Laura. Is it true or is it a lie?
It is true. It is true. Yeah.
Good job, team.
How far will you go for vengeance?
All right. Let's see. We got a comment here. Wanda Dyer says, "Love the new blonde."
Thanks, Mom.
That is your mom. That's right. Thanks, Mom, for watching. Mr. Sarton, here comes your second fact of the evening.
All right. So, I'm technically an award-winning playwright.
Why technically?
I won third place in a Mississippi Community College creative writing competition.
Sorry, just because of all the other stuff you've had throughout the show, that did make me chuckle. Are you on the Wall of Fame for it?
Well, to explain her thing, I was named to the Hall of Fame at my community college, and while this was not among the laurels that was listed, I get the feeling that the people who put me in probably remembered that and said, this annoying prick needs to get in or he won't let us get.
What was the play?
The play was called The Ritual. It was about two guys sitting around and talking, and one of them was a cutter, and that's how he sort of relieved the pressure.
Like he cut his wrists?
Yeah, but not in a fatal way. It's more like some people will use that as a way to like relieve mental pressure. So that's what he did, off camera, of course.
What, like, so was the story meant to, like, to be focused on mental health issues?
Well, I was a little bit, this was when I was 19 years old, so I focused on a lot of different things about like religion and about trying to focus on mental health issues, physical health issues. It wasn't a great play, but I'm guessing it was one of the 3 that was submitted, hence why I was the play.
You got third out of 3.
What were the characters' names?
Honestly, I don't remember because it's been so long. Like I haven't even read it in years because honestly, I consider it kind of an embarrassing proto work of mine, one where I hadn't really thought about the implications of being a cutter at that point. I think I was a little more judgmental than I was beforehand.
What were the first and second place plays about?
The only one I remember was the first place winner, which was called The Moon. And it was a little more of an artistic piece. It was much shorter than mine. And it was about a personification of the moon. I didn't particularly like it, but then again, I was 19 and my taste was kind of crap back then, especially in regards to writing.
Hannah, you got any questions?
What was your thing based on?
My play?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just based off of conversations I'd had with people at that point. In community college, there was a lot of downtime, so I'd spend time talking with a bunch of the smokers in the stairwell, and we'd have conversations about religion and about like cutting and alcohol, swearing.
So like mental health based stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there was one particular phrase that stuck out to me. Is hope is a 4-letter word. The idea being that hope can be just as detrimental as words like fuck and shit if used appropriately. I was 19, I'm going to remind you. I thought that was deep as hell.
For what it's worth, Froyo doesn't believe Froyo.
So you believe D Money, but not Froyo. I see you, Postansky.
All right, Laura's team, what are we thinking?
I think it's probably true. This seems like something David would do.
Yeah. Plus the detail that David gives, like to choose certain topics, you wouldn't do that if you were lying. But then also David is very good at just saying he doesn't know, rather than a lot of the times we'll just try and add details to it. So, Hannah, what do you think?
So I'd like to believe it was true based off the mental health stuff because you shouldn't mess with that kind of stuff. So if you're writing it, I'd like to believe it was true, but I don't think a 19-year-old will give that much of a shit. You just want to get on with it. So I'm gonna say false, but I hope it's true.
Well, let's go with hope being a 4-letter word, Hannah, and let's hope it's true and say it's true.
All right. David, is it true or not?
It is true. I am technically an award-winning playwright. I got $50 for it.
Very
Nice.
I love the word technically in front of all of that.
Yeah.
Like officially, kind of, sort of, not really, but I am kind of, maybe not technically.
I think I have a plaque for it somewhere amongst my crap.
I love a plaque.
Very nice.
Nice plaque.
Official.
All right, Paige, here comes your next fact.
So when I was little, my best friend Mia, who I pooped on a volcano with, and I had an imaginary world called Pencil Planet that was very elaborate. Well, was pretty elaborate.
I didn't hear anything beyond pooped.
Okay, so you got an imaginary world.
Yeah, so my best friend and I growing up had an imaginary world called Pretzel Planet
Cool.
that
All
we
right.
played in.
Where
I
is
did a
Mia
vlog. I did
now?
a yeah. I did a vlog there once.
Cool.
I think we all want to hear about Pretzel Planet.
Sure. So most of the stories actually took place on Earth, and there was a like trap door in the ceiling that led to Pretzel Planet. And in Pretzel Planet, Mia and I were like princesses, but bad guys had us reborn into our moms. We were next door neighbors growing up. And so we got like essentially like banished from Pretzel Planet. And so our entire childhood play involved working on getting back to our moms, our real moms, sorry, Mom, in Pretzel Planet. Super elaborate.
All right.
I love this.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've understood any of what's been said. What was it about the volcano?
Oh, that was from last week's show.
Last week.
You had to have been there.
Yeah. Don't worry about the volcano. Let's rewatch last week's live.
Okay, give me an hour.
Where is Mia now? What did
She's
you
in-
do with her?
She just moved back to Minnesota and we are still friends. I've been texting with her. I sent her our live from last week tonight because I was like, you should watch my facts because she was there for the one that we talked about last week.
Oh, that's sweet. I believe it. This sounds something sweet that Paige would do and still have friends that like her.
Do you like pretzels to this day?
I actually do not like pretzels.
But like not even like sour cream and chive
Like-
ones.
I'll eat pretzels, but kind of like donuts, like I don't want to waste. If I'm going to eat junk food, I'm going to eat something that I really like.
What do you really like?
Pretzels are boring. I really like chocolate chip cookies and brownies, and I like ice cream and hot Cheetos and chips.
So I might have missed it, but any idea why you two might have settled on Pretzel Planet?
I don't remember. It changed once we got older and realized we didn't want it to be named Pretzel Planet to, I think, Yugoslavia or something like that.
Something more sophisticated.
Yeah,
For
more,
sure.
yeah. Mhm.
So you just
You
made up like a
slaw.
word.
What?
Oh, sorry, David, I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, don't worry, it was garbage.
That was mine.
Princess,
I asked,
not
do
a
you like
nun.
slaw?
Oh, another funny elaborate detail is we were twins named Hallie and Callie, and we would actually like try to convince the younger girls in the neighborhood that we were twins.
Nice.
Did that ever work?
I don't think so. Probably not.
I think this is true.
Agreed.
All right, Dave, what's your team going to
it's
say?
true as well. I really want it to be true. I want it to be true, like Paige pretending to be twins with somebody and having her own planet that changed into Yugoslavia at one point. So, are we going true, guys?
I think
Here,
so.
Captain.
All right, Paige, is it true? Did you have an elaborate world that you and your friend made up as a child?
Of course. Is there a strategy? Should I have been a little bit more shady about this to try to get them to think it was a lie?
Well, that is the
That's how it
game, yeah.
Just you should have added the fact that you pooped in Pretzel Land, and then they might have thought it was a lie.
All
Sorry,
right, Mac, here
I was
comes
just excited to
your
share
next fact.
Woo. Okay. I have donated my hair multiple times.
To what?
Locks of Love it's a breast cancer charity. Yeah, I haven't done it since I've lived in Chattanooga, but I've been wearing the short hair for a while, but a couple of times, once when I was a kid and once in college.
What color was your hair when you donated?
It was like dark blonde. I had used some red box dye on it, but they didn't care. They took it anyways. So I was like, okay. But yeah,
How long's your hair before you were able to donate it?
So my hair only grows like my boob line. So usually, yeah, it'll be like a couple, like good, from like here to here ish. A couple locks, usually about 4, because she's thick. Yeah.
What was that experience like? Was it just like you went and got your hair cut, and where did they store the hair?
Incredibly satisfying. I like to whip them around when they chop them off and just be like, woo! Want it.
Where do they put them in, like a plastic bag or something?
Yeah, they have like like sealed bags that they put them in.
What's the process for wanting to say, like, if I said I wanted to get my hair cut off to give it to a cancer charity, what's the process that you have to go through to do that, apart from chop it off?
So I remember when my mom, it was just a salon I went to when I was a kid, so I wasn't really associated with that. I just told Mom, hey, I want to get my hair cut. And then later on, I went to a barber college close to me, like when I was in college, and did that second chop, and they knew exactly what I was talking about and did it. So, but it's really cool, and like, yeah, it's fun to have like really long hair on one side and like really short hair for a minute. Usually, I spend a little while like that and just play with it. I miss long hair, but
I don't know. I think it's true.
It's interesting because she's not giving too much details away, and as someone who has shaved their head and giving it to charity, the Princess Trust, which is the same as Locks of Love, there'd be more details that you might be aware of.
I haven't ever done it, so I'm less knowledgeable.
But I think your statement did say that you donated it to a number of charities, not just one charity.
I have donated my hair multiple times.
Is that what the statement says?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I thought I heard multiple charities rather than multiple times.
Yeah, usually I'll get like one pigtail to Locks of Love and one pigtail to Powder Princesses or whatever your British one was,
Yeah, Little Princess.
And then I just keep one for me.
In a little box?
Mm-hmm. In
Nice.
case I die and someone wants to clone me.
As you should. Cool. Hannah, what do you think?
I'm going to say true.
Paige, what do you think? I'm currently reading Diz's face right now, like David Postansky would. Paige, you said true as well, didn't you?
Only because I haven't donated my hair much, so I don't know enough to be able to like firmly get any unfactual information.
Just one piece of hair is all it takes to start, Paige. Don't feel discouraged. Clean out your shower drain.
Oh, please don't.
All right. What are we thinking?
I'm going to go with my team, but I think it's a lie, but I'm going to go true with my team.
All right. Mac, is it true or is it a lie?
Gotcha, suckers! A lie.
Now, before, remember, it's my fault. People read things that I've written, so don't judge Mac harshly for lying about donating her hair. That's on me. That's on me.
I still kept it, though.
Huh?
I did still keep it in a box.
Oh, I believe that you've kept your hair. Yeah, I believe that.
Okay. All right. Mugwai. Who the hell's... Oh, that's Hannah.
Mugwai.
Hannah, you guys are making it very hard for me to find you in the chat tonight.
It's like Mugwai was my nickname.
Oh,
Mugwai. My cat's called Mugwai because it means monster in Cantonese.
Well, Hannah, here
I'm
is your
just
second
gonna
fact of the evening. Here we go.
Yeah. I trained to be a sniper in the army when I was 17.
Wait, whose team is Hannah on?
Not yours.
So we're asking
My
questions.
team.
All right, okay.
Okay, so you trained to be a sniper when you were 17? Did I hear that correctly?
Mm-hmm. I joined the army when I was 16.
I believe
But
this.
my training didn't start until I was 16 and a half. So 17, I was starting my sniper training.
What kind of equipment did you work with the most?
Long range rifle. But at the start, they don't allow you to touch the real guns because obviously it's a little bit dangerous. So they do give you like some form of, they're called smear pistols. So they're very small, very lightweight. But they give you kind of like a feel for what a sniper range would be like.
All right. See, in Tennessee, they just give you guns. So
Yeah.
You're just born with guns, right?
yeah,
is true.
I had a gun in my bassinet to keep
So-
me safe.
Passing them out at Walmart.
Was being a sniper something that you wanted?
I wanted to join the army. It was something that I was interested in doing. And when I joined the army, there were many different regiments that you can go into. And so I knew that I wanted to be in infantry, but I also liked artillery and logistics. So rounding everything together, there were one of two roles that I was interested in, which was either a driver or a sniper. So I went for sniper.
What does a driver do? Like a car? Or...
Yeah, it drives like the heavy good vans, lorries, basically the ones that report to and from Chinooks.
What's a Chinook?
It's the big helicopters.
Okay.
You should know what a Chinook is. They're massive. Can't miss them.
He's just testing.
Double propeller, they're
Yeah,
huge.
I'm testing blatantly.
Okay, well, I'm not good with sarcasm, so I don't know.
Well, I'm quite monotone, so it's hard to read.
You
me,
are.
so-
It's very true. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you know how to fire any other guns?
I only got trained on a sniper. You have to do...
They start you off on sniper.
No. So I trained to be sniper, but I had the smaller guns, the smaller regimented pistols to start off with before I moved on to a sniper, a long range sniper. If I wanted to work with any other kind of gun, because I didn't specify to go down that route of just the standard everyday infantry-based guns, the bayonets and so on, I didn't do that. And also because I was a reservist, it's a little bit different training-wise to being a regular.
So how
What's
did
your
you
favorite
think?
thing you've ever shot?
Sorry?
What's your favorite thing you've ever shot?
We went to Doncaster to do aiming training, and we were on a field and we basically were just shooting the hell out of targeted like hay bales and stacks of tins and all sorts of stuff like that. So I quite enjoyed doing that.
That's pretty fun. That sounds like a good time. What's your longest distance you've shot?
1.82 kilometers.
Dang.
So,
Whoa.
what was your thoughts on like the possibility that at some point, you know, you were training for this, you might actually have to like take out the enemy?
So we were trained not to think that, because that was something that I automatically, the first day I held my first real gun, I started kind of panicking, because you do a little bit, because you're thinking, oh, this is a loaded weapon and it's in my
Feel
hand.
powerful, don't you?
You do, and it's kind of terrifying because
Yeah.
that power can go to your head. And there were a few people who were oh no, I can't talk about this actually. Yes, power goes to your head, but we were taught not to let that power go to your head. And
Did they
how to-
describe to you that like a human skull will explode like a watermelon?
They there is, see, I can't talk about some of this stuff. I'm not actually allowed to talk about some of this stuff.
Who's your CO? I'm going to get them on the line.
So
My CO from when I was
Yeah,
17.
I need to report about Mogwai.
Sergeant Reynold David Johnson.
Whoa.
That was his name.
Mm.
All right.
We got told that if you were to hit someone with a bullet from your sniper, your long range gun, it would take a second for it to happen. And we were taught, depending on who we were shooting and why, where we were allowed to basically aim to hit.
But if you
There's a
shot
lot that
someone,
I'm not allowed to talk about.
if you shot someone, like would you attend their funeral like how a serial killer will always go to the
No.
funeral of their victims?
No.
Have you ever like just wanted to like rip a man's heart out like whilst it's still beating?
Just yours,
What's
David.
wrong with you?
I
This
think
is
you'll
why you're
find
not
that's
in the
Laura,
army.
David.
David.
This is not Minecraft or COD or Halo or whatever it is you play.
Oh.
All right,
Sounds like a
David's-
time to vote.
David's team, what are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking this is true. I think you're a good shot. I believe it.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe Hannah as well.
I'd give Hannah a gun.
I know she was military. Like the sniper thing, I'm kind of on the fence about, but I'm going to go with my team and say true.
All right, Hannah, true or false? Were you trained as a sniper in the military?
That was true.
Very cool.
All right.
So don't test me.
All right, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
more than 2 kilometers away, sweetie.
we come to our final fact of the evening, for Mr. Postansky. Mr. Postansky, here is your final fact.
I used to do shibari modeling.
What's Shibari modeling?
Now, if you remember, I said that I record a travel vlog series.
Indeed, let's subscribe.
Yeah, so make sure you click that subscribe. And so Shibari is a province in Japan it's in Kyoto in the Fushimi Inari I'm not going to pronounce that correctly. Fushimi Inari prefecture, and you go to a place and they've got like their masters. It's a very, very touristy place, but you get taught how to do modeling. It's like out of like a clay, like you see these little figurines. And I'm quite an arty person, so I was all up for this as an afternoon thing, as opposed to just going to temples and taking photos.
What religion is it based around?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like, honestly, I'm like, you watch the vlogs. I'm famously bad at knowing any feat that, like, you watch it and every time I say according to Wikipedia on the start of every line.
And it was in Japan.
Yes, in Kyoto. But I assume they do it across, the whole of the nation.
Paige, any questions?
Can you say the fact again?
Can I say the facts again?
Yeah.
Okay, so I used to do shibari modeling.
The
How do you
fact-
spell shibari?
Okay, it's spelled SHI.
I feel like you didn't type this
B.
fact in yourself.
ARI.
And it's interesting that like.
Well, no, but
so-
it's like it's a Japanese spelling, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously.
Like, do you know how to spell Kyoto?
Yeah, KYOTO.
Yeah, but see, you had to think about it. Like, you had to do the whole looking up thing to think. So
Yeah, because I'm a visual person, so I had to like
exactly,
look at it.
and
Yeah.
and then because I'm dyslexic, I have to like read off the screen.
That is fine. So you said you used to do it, as
Yeah.
in like it sounds like it used to be a long-term hobby that you stopped doing, but by the sounds of it, you just went and did it once.
No. So it's something that, well, yeah, but like in that sense, I did used to do it. Like I used to have breakfast, and I haven't done it since this morning.
Just no more
But no,
about it.
it was something where you could get a kit, and so that was one of the souvenirs I brought home for the family. No one used it, so then I ended up using theirs.
Nice. What do the models look like?
They just look like little figurines. Like my ones have got a distinctly David-esque thing to it, so they end up with like more. They've got like very serious faces in like the classical designs that they do in Japan. My ones are a little bit more. They're still like anime sort of look, just to make them feel that they're Japanese, but overall they're just kind of, it's modeling. So this technically, just because of the materials, it is shibari modeling, but you can model them into anything. It's just that whereas like in the UK, if you do ceramics, well, I say the UK, in many places of the world, it'll be the type of clay that you have to put into a kiln and then you have to like bake it for hours and that. But this is something where it will just like naturally dry in like room temperature.
What do the normal Shabaris look like? Not your David-esque ones, like normal ones.
So they're all kinds of like figurines. There'll be like ones where it'll be like men sat cross-legged. There'll be ones where it'll be like of like geisha women, so that they'll just be in like traditional like dress and this sort of thing. Usually they've got like quite like round heads and then like just like shapes of things, but then when they're painted up, they'll put like all of like the designs onto them after that. So like the modeling itself is kind of secondary to what they do afterwards. And when you do it there on the day, because they have like other activities that you do, that you'll do the basic modeling as one of the first things, then they'll do other things, then you'll come back and get to paint them at the end.
How'd you spell Shabari again?
Okay, so it's SHIBARI.
Okay.
Y. No, I.
David, I have a question. You said that you brought the kit home for your family. What was it for? Like your mother, your grandmother, your father?
No. So I've got a sister, Sarah, and she really enjoyed. She went to Australia. She brought me back, a bunch of things, and so this was being one of the first big trips I'd done.
So you learned Shibari from your sister?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
No. My sister had been to Australia and she brought something for me. So then
you were returning the gift.
Yeah, I was returning something. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you read the fact one more time?
Yeah, sure. I USED to do Shibari modeling.
I just spell Shibari again.
Okay, MODELING.
And Shibari.
Okay, USED.
I feel this is going to end up saying FUCKYOU.
No, MOGWEI.
Nice. Okay, I think we're ready to vote.
Oh, okay. Nobody has any more questions?
No.
Okay.
He's so descriptive. It's lovely.
So, Laura, what's your team thinking?
Paige, what are you thinking?
Wait, why were you so shocked that we didn't have any more questions?
It seems like a very fertile area of exploration to be tied up so quickly.
Well, we had been talking about it for like 7 minutes.
What else did you do in Japan?
You're right. It's so like show's running late. Yeah, but yeah,
definitely go to Mount Fushimi Inari though. You can get like it looks like a soft donut, but it's filled with like figs, and it will make you shit.
What airport did you fly into?
So we flew into Tokyo, and then we took a bullet train to Kyoto. We were there for several days, and then we came back to Tokyo for the remainder of the trip.
What was the place that you did the Shibari modeling?
We even went to visit Mount Fuji whilst we were in Kyoto. Sorry, Mogwai.
Yeah, what was the place called that you did the Shibari modeling?
Madeline. It was the Fushimi Inari Prefecture.
Oh, yeah.
Where on the map is Japan?
It's in Asia.
Spell Shibari again.
Okay. DIZ. Oh, sorry. Z for you guys.
All right, Laura. Let's go. Let's see what you guys are thinking.
Paige, what do you think?
I have no idea what Shibari modeling is, so I am like, he gave a lot of detail, and I just don't know if he just made it all up or if it's actually a thing. So I'm on the fence.
Hannah?
Shibari, I know, because I've got a friend who's from India, and
she's Googling right now. She's Googling.
No Googling, ladies. No Googling.
I didn't. I was so tempted, though.
Thank you.
A friend from India, and I've heard her talk about Shibari before. That was why I was asking how you spell it.
It makes it easier to type into Google.
Really? Yeah. All right, I'll have to try that after the show.
Please do.
I think I know he's travelled. I know you've travelled, David, but I don't think you would stop and do a Shibari model. I just don't believe it. I think you're too busy going, oh, look at the sights. Let's go up a mountain.
That is my voice.
So this is interesting because as someone who has watched the vlogs, they are interested, David. He does do random stuff.
Fall into grade.
And you do have a lot of information, but again, not knowing if shibari modeling is that thing. But then would Diz give you shibari modeling as a word to put
That's
in
what I
there?
was
Who
thinking.
knows?
And
Yeah.
also, Diz asked a question, so that means I think he was genuinely curious about learning more.
Diz does ask questions anyway, even if he gives you, yeah. Because it is actually quite interesting, the story that we're telling as improvisers. Okay, let's just say, what's the score, Diz? What's the score? How much have we got to lose if we get this wrong?
You cannot win. It is 6 to 4.
Well, there you go then. So it doesn't matter, does it? So let's say it's true.
All right, they're saying it's true. Mr. Postansky, is it true or false? Have you done shibari modeling?
Okay, so holding this up is a lie. It's a lie. It's a
I
lie.
told you. I told you.
Right. What is shibari modeling, though? Is that
I
what
don't know.
shibari modeling is?
Shibari is from the Hindu faith in India. They do actually make little sculpturine figurines.
Well,
This is a different thing.
It's a story.
I'm gonna tell you. I do know a little about shibari modeling, and it is not that. Maybe it's another.
Oh my gosh.
But it is definitely the art of tying ropes on the human body.
I just Googled shibari modeling, and I feel like I'm looking at not amateur porn, but like nearly porn.
Very
Professional.
That was what I did in Japan, yes.
Oh my god.
Paige is now educated in the ways. Mac already knew.
That was
Everyone's now
that
Googling
was
shibari. Welcome, world, to the shibari modeling.
Oh,
That's just for our listeners. Have fun.
Nice.
that was
I need to
somebody
look this
else's true fact.
Was that Al's true fact? Have you just been using all of
Al's true facts?
for-
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
No. So I just gave it. The dice came up with a lie that I needed to give to David, and I didn't actually have one prepared for him, so I used somebody else's true fact. So
Which could have been Mac's, because Mac knew what shibari was. Ooh.
Or maybe I'm just a freak.
I like, yeah, it's
This
fine.
is intense.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. The final score is the David and Mac team has 8, and the Laura's team suffers their first loss with a score of only 4. So
That's fine.
Good job, team.
check your doors tonight, people. So let's find out where everybody. Does anybody have anything they want to promote? Raise your hand so I'm not putting people. Okay, I know Laura, you probably do. So Laura, tell us where you're going to be this week.
Yeah, well, I am running a team called Say What You Mean. It was Smack Theatre in Asia, and they have their first live show this coming Saturday at 8 p.m. China time, which is 1 p.m. my time, which is minus 5 hours for whatever that is in Eastern time, because I can't do maths very quickly, so whatever that is. Yeah, that's Saturday. Check us out. Say What You Mean.
All right, Hannah, I know you've got stuff going on. What do you got going on?
Hiya. So the stuff I'm doing with Extreme Improv, but I'll leave that to David because it's his baby. So Extreme this week, Postansky. Also today, time zones, I don't know. Today in the UK at 8:30 p.m, which is later on in the day, we have an episode part of a comedy improv series that myself and another improviser called Ewan Henderson have been creating, called The Unfortunate Adventures of Serg and Vlad. We have our next episode featuring Mr. Dizro down there, or up there, wherever you are on the screen. Very excited to have Diz part of our show, which I won't say too much about it because we don't even know what's going to happen. But if you'd like to follow and catch up with the episodes, they're very funny, they're very naughty. Mr. Postansky has also been on one of the episodes as well. You can follow my YouTube channel, Hannah McGowan, or Ewan Henderson Actor as well. Subscribe. Or you can look onto my Instagram at Hannah_McGowanX.
All right, Mr. Postansky, what do you got going on this week?
Yes, so we have lots of shows over on Extremed. So we have the Extreme Improv Extreme show, and we will have the first episode of the Revenge of the Ripper, which is for people who enjoy shows about telling the truth and lying. It's another social deduction game, and it's really going to push the performers to have to conceal truths and make tough decisions.
Very nice, very nice. All right, and as for
Also,
myself,
Hannah's going to shoot me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very, very likely.
Just anyway, not part of the show, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, just anyway.
once the lockdown ends, the carnage begins. Let's say, if you supported this Kickstarter, Improv Your Key to the Multiverse, I've got books in hand. They finally came in, and they're beautiful. And I'm going to be shipping those out this week. And also, after all these are shipped out, I'll be putting up information on my Facebook page and on the Improv Chattanooga website, probably about how you can order your own copies of these if you would like them. It's a complete introduction to improv in just 24 pages. And also, I'll be doing the show with Hannah and Ewan. And I think we might keep doing this show. This has been a lot of fun. We might add this to the weekly rotation and end up doing 2 shows a week. Good Lord. It's like the before times. But for now, everybody, thanks for watching so much. Tell your friends about us. Click that subscribe button and all that other crazy stuff. Good night, and be safe, and wear a mask. Get your vaccines. We got to get out of this, and we've got clear path. Get a vaccine. There we go. Bye-bye, everybody. Have fun.